Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir SilentGods video. In today's video, I want to talk to you about a few things that have been introduced with the Season 2, but as far as I'm aware, some of these ones are actually going on in Season 1 as well. So, well, what I'm going to talk about today is 7 things that I have noticed. Maybe I missed, maybe there's more, but these are the 7 things that I noticed that you probably have missed that are kind of really good quality of life improvements from my point of view, okay? So again, like I said, some of these ones, I'm not sure if all of them are in Season 1 as well, so it doesn't matter if you're Season 2 or you start in Season 1, some of them, you should have them as well. Like, I'm not 100% sure again, I've not started a Season 1 account, but anyway, let's jump into it. So the first thing that I really want to mention that I feel like it's not something that's huge, but it does feel like a really good quality of life improvement, especially when you're in the first 6 days when you still have the Cliffsidra torrent. Okay, if I go over here, you know, every time a server starts, we have this one, Cliffsidra torrent. With this one, you can always just keep resetting all of your heroes and you get back all the materials that you invested in them apart from the scrolls, okay? And what helps with that feature for those moments, but not only, like, you know, even later in the season, like for us, it's going to start helping us when we're going to start preparing for this one, what is it, the Lunar Halo Radiance. We're gonna have the bosses, so we're gonna have to start building some heroes, like a lot more of them, and prepare with some teams for those bosses. And the feature that I'm talking about is the quick upgrade. So if we go over here, if I click upgrade, before we used to have upgrade to level 30, okay? It would take us to level 30, okay? First of all, with pots. Then you have to confirm, then you have to ascend them, then you go level them up again and ascend. You know, it doesn't sound like a lot, but doing that for every single person, it saves you a few minutes every day. So that's definitely the first quality of life that they introduced that I'm in love with, because, well, I can click and just takes it to the maximum that's possible. I love that, so well done. That's a really, really good one. Number 2 is they introduced a new interesting way of refining gear as well. Like if we click refine, we can just straight up go, wait, I clicked on one that I cannot refine, but you see you can just scroll up to 20, boom, that's it, just like that. Looks a bit slicker. It shows you also the stats that you might gain. So for example, let's say, okay, you roll it to 8, you see what happens, you see the stats that you get, then you roll it to 12 and whatnot. So in the previous season, if I remember correctly, or like in Season 1 before this update happened, it would just pop over here to the right, you'd have to go back out of it, and it was not as simple or as slick. So this one's really good as well, because again, like I said, you can just go in there and be like, okay, let me see a piece of gear, let me just roll it to 8. So this one, I roll it to 8, shows me the upgrade, shows me what it gives. Again, it shows you the stats that you get from this one, and then you can keep upgrading if you want or not. And it's basically the same thing with the runes. You go the same, be like, okay, let me refine. You can still upgrade. It's again, it's a lot smoother. It looks better. It's more convenient from my point of view. Now, the next one's that's a pretty simple one that, again, from my point of view, is amazing. It's the fact that when you go over here and try to filter by elements, we had Radiance, Ice, Necrosis, Fire, Poison, Lightning, okay? That was there before, but we actually have the pairings right now. So the fact that I can just go and be like, okay, Ice, Radiance, let me see, what do I have to work with? What's gonna be my best team if I wanna build a team for that one? Or let me see, Lightning, Poison. Do I have what I want for this one? Do I have enough healers? Do I have whatever? You know, it just makes it easier for you to access and decide when you're trying to build teams of these pairings if you have a good enough synergy. Because, for example, I don't know, let me look at, okay, Fire and Necrosis. I could be like, okay, I have these 2 wild people, I have Tonon on the 3rd wild people, but what about tanks? Okay, I could go with Isolde, or, wait a second, I could go with Rippercast, and then for healer, I'm kind of stuck. Oh, wait, I have a healer in Megan over here. So, you know, it makes it a lot easier to go through your teams without having to go every single element and be like, okay, these are my options on this element, what's the other one that pairs? It makes it a lot easier. That's how I see, for example, for me, it's like, okay, I have my 3 Ice Blast people, I have my attack penalty, I have my Voresh whenever I need, my tank, my, you know, I guess you kind of get the gist of it. And alongside with this one, there's another thing that's pretty awesome, is the fact that they have actually improved the filtering systems when it comes to buff, debuffs, control, and they added special. This is the important part. They added special because how many times have you tried to look for somebody that gives you a shield, or somebody that removes a shield, or people that do healing, people that dispel buffs, people that dispel debuffs? You know, you kind of get the gist. Again, this is really helpful because all of these ones we did not have in the previous season. season, and it was kind of hard, especially when it came to like, okay, let me have a look. What are my revivers that I actually have? That was not the thing. Now I can click and be like, okay, these are the 3 revivers. And I think these are the only revivers in the game. But yeah, and then again, what if I need to steal buffs, you know, for the Grave of Curse or the the Grave of Curse or for the Ancient Battlefield. I see that, okay, only these ones are available. What if I need to have a shield? For example, I showed my team for Grave of Curse where I'm using shield and attack penalty. Who brings me a shield in order to do that? You can see all the people that do the shields. It's not perfect. It doesn't show you, you know, AoE shields or single target, but at least you can scan through and be like, okay, this is what I want. And as an example, that what makes it really nice is if I go, for example, Ice and Radiance, let's say, okay, I need to go in a fight and fight a boss. I wanna see who brings the attack penalty, but also maybe brings me, I don't know, healing. And it shows you that you have these ones. Again, you have to go through their kit to see exactly how they heal, but at least you see what are the options. So for example, if I go on something else, you can see, okay, lightning and poison, we have quite a few people that do healing and do attack penalty. Fire and necrosis, again, we see the options that we have. So this new filtering system definitely helps a ton. At least from my point of view, I feel like this is amazing and you should definitely know about it and use it to its maximum. Now, another filter that I actually added is when we go and let me see somebody like this. Let me go on all my people. Let's select Twitch. If let's say I go to the artifacts and I always want to be like, okay, I use my best artifacts that give accuracy on X, Y, Z, whatever people. I want to be like, okay, which other one would give me some more accuracy? I don't have to click through the whole thing anymore. They have a filter for the artifacts as well, which is amazing. I can just click accuracy and I can see these are all the artifacts that give me accuracy. And that's really helpful from my point of view, because again, you're going to have most of the time these ones used if you have them, and then you're going to be like, okay, what's the next one? You might have the crown used. Okay, what else can I use? Again, I feel like this one's a little bit more helpful in I mean, it's really good for PvE in general, but if you're trying to build more teams when it comes to arena, you know, when you do the team arena where you have to build 12 complete teams, you're going to be lacking on the accuracy substats, so you're going to be using this one. Or at the same time, let's say you want to look what you have with alignment. We only have one. Dragonheir, introduce more. But again, you get the gist. Again, with resist, you want to see which one gives you resist, which one gives you defense percent and whatnot. This is really helpful as well. It's a really good quality of life that they introduced. Now, the last two ones that I want to talk about are a little bit more different, and I guess the first one everybody can access, but the second one is kind of like a paid feature that I feel like is pretty good. But the first one that I really like is if we go to the store and if we go to the daily supply store, I am in love with this. Like, I'm so happy they did this. We have been asking for this one in Season 1 a ton, and they finally did it. And that is, they gave us the option to buy Scholar Scrolls and Apprentice Scrolls with War Motto. That is huge, because how many times you have a ton of good epics that you just pulled and you're like, oh my god, I cannot get scrolls. How do I do this? I really want to build them, but I don't have the scrolls. Well, now we can buy 10 scrolls every month from the Scholar ones and the Apprentice ones, not just the Master Scrolls as we had in the previous season. So these ones are amazing. And again, if I'm not mistaken, this one is available. Even if you just start today and you're playing Season 1, they have this in the shop as well. So massive change with this one. I'm really happy they did this. This is really good. And now on to the last one, which this one's more of a like paid feature, which honestly, this might be a little bit controversial, but from my point of view, this isn't as bad. And this is not like a quality of life of like, oh my god, this is so bad that they introduced it only here. So what they did, they added to the daily supply from 3 years, basically the one that gives you stamina and auto battles, okay? They added 15 more team presets, okay? Everybody normally has like 15 team presets, which should be just about enough, honestly, because by the time you get to the other world exploration, you don't really care about dungeons that much. You only want to have teams for that one, so 15 is just fine. So the fact that they added a little bit more value to, you know, people that spend, because at the end of the day, I don't understand the free-to-play perspective. I tried to play most of the styles that I played free-to-play, but the spenders have to have a little, at least low spenders, you know, have to have a little bit for their money. The thing that I don't agree with is the fact that we do not have any auto battles at all. Like, yes, give us 30 if we have this pass, but they should give everybody 10 auto battles at least every single day. I feel like that would be just fair. And then after that, you know, everybody that purchases this gets more and increases their team presets from 15 to 30. Again, this one's something that's really good, and you know what? It's only $5. So if you're debating about spending, it might just be worth it to get this one. And at the end of the day, it's supporting the game. You know, I'm never against like people that spend a little bit, or I'm never gonna be like, oh, all free to play, or everybody's a whale, everyone should spend. No, there should be a balance, and the fact that, you know, if you can spend a little bit for more quality of life for your gaming, you should do that. That's just my opinion. This is a hobby for most of us, so yeah. But anyway, these are the 7 things that I have seen through the game. Maybe I missed something, and if I did, leave it in the comments below so other people can see it, and maybe I can add it in a future video. But yeah, these were the things that I feel like are amazing quality of lives that they have introduced, and you know, I'm hoping that they're gonna keep introducing more of these ones because we love it. We want to make our gaming experience be better and better, and that's what these things did, at least from my point of view. But yeah, this is gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.